Chicago, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself on this Mother's Day. Chicago, if you have a heart, Chicago, if you have a soul, please say something. If you see someone throwing someone in a car trunk, pulling someone in a van, yelling and screaming, that's a big red flag. All you gotta do is just say something. Brandon Johnson, you promised me in Pilsen. You said you'd help these women with their missing children. Don't you want another 4 years? Well, please keep that promise period so you can get another 4 years. Or not, I don't know what to say. Whether or not do I want to use, this is Karen Phillips, the mother of Kiera Coles, who was supposed to work in, and she wants to tell her story.
I'm Karen Phillips, Kiera Coles' mother. Kiera been missing, it'll be 5 years. October the 2nd. I would have been like to say Happy Mother's Day to her. Instead, I'm doing a press conference asking for help to find her. You know, it's still hard every day. It's going on 5 years. The police apparently not doing enough. We asked the FBI to step in. We haven't heard anything from them yet. So I'm just here begging for somebody to give me any type of information on my daughter. I would like closure. It's going on 5 years. You know, regardless of what the outcome be, I would like closure on my daughter.
And we have LaShawn Walker. Her kids have been missing from Gary, Indiana for like about 8 years now.
Hello, my name is LaShawn Walker. I'm Diamond Bynum, mother and King Walker's grandmother. They've been missing going on 8 years. July 25th will be 8 years that they've been missing. Another Mother's Day where I have to celebrate without what made me a mother. It's really hard. King just had a birthday. He just made 10 years old on May 11th, and we celebrated his birthday yesterday, which is really hard trying to celebrate a birthday without him there. We're trying to hold on to faith and believe that they're still here with us, but at the point we don't know whether they are or not. And we also would like closure. We would like for Gary Police Department to do, I guess, whatever they can, what they're supposed to do to help us. We've been getting multiple tips from various states which haven't panned out because I don't even know if they've been looked into or not. But because the Gary Police Department isn't even contacting me, I can't even contact them. I've been trying to reach them, and I haven't been able to reach anyone concerning the tips that we've, come across. So I'm asking if someone knows something, to tell us something, to do something, like just get the police to do their job is the hardest part. Thank you.
You say something here? Okay, this is Vera. She has a little company. Tell about your company.
Hello everyone, my name is Vera Giles Norris. I am the founder of the Cats Out Foundation. Missing Please Come Home Global Alert. Year after year, we stood right here asking for help. These mothers, on a day that they should be celebrating, they're doing a press conference asking you or anyone with information to please come forward. If it was your child, if it was your loved one, you would need somebody to do it for you. You would want somebody to do it for you. So again, I'm Vera Giles Norris. Missing Please Come Home Global Alert. It's time to sound the trumpet.
Okay, so yes, we're just trying to get these women trying to get closure though. It's Mother's Day. They're hurting, and it's a really sad time though to not have your loved ones at though. And it's another Mother's Day. The police need to step up their game. Like I said, Brandon Johnson, he needs to step up his game though, But I did tell him that, and he said he's promised he's gonna help out though. But we'll see. Time will tell if Brandon Johnson stepping into the new shoes as the mayor of Chicago will help out. Lori Lightfoot, she didn't do nothing that I can think of, but let's see if the new mayor does. I mean, we're waiting. We just can't wait forever though. Some people 8 years, 5 years, 1 day is too long to be waiting. Say something more.
Shalom Aleichem, peace and blessings to the world. And those that stand in the prayer, my name is Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef. I'm the founder of Chicago Activist Coalition for Justice. I'm here with these families. And our commission is clergy is to go where families grieve, disbelief, and in sadness. And on today, Mother's Day, another year, I have to hold these posters. Another year, I have to hold a picture of Jessica Law's picture. Her mother's not here, but I'm here holding her picture. Where is Jessica at? Because I do know when it comes to the Gold Coast, or when the young man was found in Lake Michigan, so much resources was put together to find missing person. But we heard 8 years, 5 years, absolutely no answers. But when it comes to black and brown in our community, as I'm going to show my next poster, we have a serial abductor in our community. And I pinpointed clearly of where the hits are happening on the south side and the west side of Chicago. But it seems to be no end or no one making noise when it comes to the abduction of black and brown women on the south side and the west side of Chicago. But when Gabby Petito was missing, God bless their family, the amount of resources, mountains was moved to find Gabby Petito. But the mother of Kiera Coles is standing out in the rain, not having answer to where her loved one is. To my right, LaShawn, her daughter and grandchild is sitting, still missing. But everybody seems to have a great old time of celebration. But it seems to be very hard for them to wake up at night to get out here and do these press conferences. When is going to be the end of this destruction? When is there going to be a task force assigned to the communities where these problems are happening? If I can find the names of where these people are being abducted, where are the resources to be brought into our communities where they are happening? But we all focus on having a NASCAR. We're focusing on having a casino. We're focused on things that have no bearing about what happens to our community, because we are always a short end of the stick. My name is Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef, president of Tikkun Kai International and the founder of Chicago Activist Coalition for Justice. Amen.
And I want to get on. Now, I offered two Black Lives Matter supposed to come here to speak. They kicked us to the curb. We planned this for 2 weeks. Where's our black community outreach people to help us out, our black people out, to support me? Black Lives Matter is supposed to come, Operation Push is supposed to come, and he kicked me to the curb too. He's not even answering their phone. They've been promised me, not just yesterday, we planned, set this up weeks ago, and none of our own black communities, they ain't got our backs. We need black people to stick together to help us out too. So I'm speaking out to Chicago, our black community, please help each other. Please, we need that shoulder to cry on. Stop kicking us to the curb. Operation Push, Black Lives Matter Chicago. Y'all was wrong for that. Y'all supposed to carry today. Y'all wrong. And I'm talking about y'all. Period. Y'all wrong as hell. But I do want to thank Brad, the manager from Chicago, home of Chicken and Waffles. He sponsored this lady's champagne and roses today. His name is Brian. He's from the manager of Chicago, home of Chicken and Waffles. He gave him roses and champagne and some Patron. So they're going to have a party, and so it's nice. He did it too. He didn't have to do it, but he sponsored that for them today. We got other sponsors. He sponsored them. Some roses, the rabbi did, and some other people doing. So they all got gifts today for the holidays. Any questions? Oh, we got some people. Look at you.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank the media for coming out today because you all can be spending time with your family, so we appreciate you being here. My name is Mother Diva. I'm the Madam Ambassador of House and Electronic Dance Music and a community activist. And I have vowed to spend Mother's Day with these women every year. Ann Jarvis is the woman who created Mother's Day. And she created Mother's Day for her own mother, but for also mothers who lost their children in the war. And it became so commercialized that she actually tried to abolish it. And my goal is to take this day to remember that there are people who are in limbo. There are women who are in limbo because they have no idea where their children are. If you are a mother and you have lost your child to a death, you have closure. You know that that child is deceased, and our heart goes out to them. But imagine what they feel like every day, not knowing if their children are dead or alive. Imagine living your life like that for many years. And the breakdown in communication is what the issue is. We're asking people to see if they saw something, say something. They say something, and then when it's reported to the proper authorities are not following up on the tips. So now we're at the point where I told LaShawn, I said, look, we will get in the car, go back to Gary, Indiana, because we had a press conference out there last year with the commander, the police commander, and he assured us that he would follow up.
Amen.
So we're going to go back out there. Now, Gary, Indiana has just elected a new mayor, Eddie Melton, he's the state senator, and he explained to me that he wants to support LaShawn in her search. So the tips that are coming in, I'm letting all these states and cities know, and we don't want to alert anyone the names of those locations, because if her family is there, we don't want them to be moved. We will get in the car and come down there to your police station. It's time to bring these families together and bring these people home if they are still alive. And if they are deceased, let's have their funerals, have their memorials, and give these women some closure. It is time for justice. It is time for closure. Thank you.
I'm sorry, can you please spell your name?
Oh, yeah.
Mother, M-O-T-H-E-R, Diva, D-I-V-A. Thank you.
Yeah, she wanted everybody to spell her name loud. Just spell your name loud.
Karen, Karen Phillips, Phillips.
Spell your name real loud. Okay. Everybody spell your name. Spell your name.
LaShawn, Lashann Walker, W-A-L-K-E.
I am Vera, V-E-R-A, Giles, G-I-L-E-S, Norris, N-O-R-R-I-S.
You Rabbi, spell your name.
Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef, R-A-B-B-I, Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L, Ben, B-E-N, Yosef, Y-O-S-E-F. Amen.
And me, who was at the press conference, my name is Ben Ivory, B-E-N-I-V-O-R-Y. Ben Ivory. And any questions for me? Nobody, no questions? Good questions?
Ms. Phillips? Terry Keshner, WGW Radio. As you're well aware, postal workers have been more in the news the last couple of years or so because there have been a lot of violence, crimes by postal workers. That may or may not be related to your daughter's case. Is that helpful at all, that the safety, the well-being of postal carriers is much more talked about now than it was several years ago? Is that been anything to do with the case of your daughter?
I mean, it's good, but it ain't really been no help for my daughter. You know, I'm glad that they looking into whoever child it may be, but it's not helpful with my daughter.
Have you been in touch with the U.S. Postal Service regarding their security or anything?
No.
Well, they have a new union rep now. That he used to be Max Julian, but now Max Julian turned it over to the vice president. She got it now. What's her name? Yeah, but Max Julian, he's in Washington D.C. now. He's no longer with the Chicago union no more. But still, it's still like $50,000 reward in there. Oh, let's talk about. Did I do that?
No,
You want to talk about that?
Thank you.
Karen, could you just talk about the latest on this case? What have you heard? What is the latest that any tips have come in? I know that like you have asked the FBI to get involved, but any updates since then?
No updates. None at all.
Talk about the frustration that you and your family are dealing with right now because of the no updates. And you're saying that you feel alone. You're not getting callbacks or anything.
Oh no, yeah, they're not calling back at all. And then if they do call back, it's always a new person on the case and they'll call. You know, when you try to find out, they're not around, they'll call you back. They never call back, never call back. And then they switch it, which I feel like if you're gonna get a case to somebody else, that person should, Miss Phillip, I'm now taking over your daughter's case. This is my number. You got any questions, you call me. They haven't done that yet.
And I guess Same question for LaShawn. What, do you have an update on the case, or what's the last thing you've heard about the case?
Well, the last thing I heard was they was looking into it. We went to the police station. They said that they would have someone to start looking into it, and they said they would also allow us to get another entity, like another search team to help us, because originally the search team that they offered to help us, but they couldn't get any response from Gary Police Department saying that they were allowed to help the team. And so the last time we talked to them was when the news team came to the police station. Right, and they agreed to help us, but they haven't still reached out to them at all. And when I've been trying to email them, they haven't responded to my email at all. They haven't responded to any of my calls. And I believe the detective that's working on the case, he's actually not even working in the police station anymore. He's working at the headquarters, the Indiana headquarters or something now. So I had to call in to find it out. No one called me to tell me what was going on, but I called and asked questions about it. But still no response.
Could you just describe that frustration, being that you still have a lot of questions, you're not getting the answers that you need? How does that feel for you and your family?
It's a very hurtful feeling. Painful, because it's like they don't care, they don't matter. You know, I don't understand. Their children, their lives matter. You know, like everybody say, all lives matter. And my daughter is disabled. She can't speak, and my grandson was 2 years old when he went missing. So I don't know if a lot of people get it mixed up and think that when I mention that's my daughter and my grandson, they think that that's her son. That's my oldest daughter's son. My daughter Diamond that's missing, she's disabled. She don't have any children. She has the mind capacity of, like they say, like a 5-year-old. She can't take care of herself or a kid. So she has a disease called Prader-Willi syndrome, which is an obese disease which causes her to eat and not know when she's full. And she'll wander around and not know how to get back home. So that's what we believe maybe the case at that day when they went missing. Maybe she wandered off with King and got lost and didn't know her way back. They just moved to Indiana to Gary. And she wouldn't have known her way around here. So I don't know. It's very hurtful that that it just don't matter. I feel like we don't matter, and we have to move on with life and not knowing anything. I gotta keep going on with my life and not knowing what happened to get answers. I just want answers. I want answers. Like we both want. We want justice for our family. We want some type of closure.
I want to say something really quick as to what LaShawn was saying. It is a protocol issue. When we received a tip recently from another state, from another city, and when we spoke to that police department, they said, you have to go and talk to Gary. Gary has to be the one to contact us. We have to work with the initiating location. And that's been the issue. These police departments that are around the country where we're getting tips, we can't deal with them directly. They don't want to talk to us. We have to take everything back to Gary. And that's the problem. If Gary doesn't follow up with them, then we're going around in circles.
I want to add context to the question about the FBI. As you know, there's a new director. Mr. Bowie is now have been retired. The new director is Mr. Wheeler. So we will be contacting Mr. Wheeler, the new director, to sit down with these families and to have some measure of assistance. Because here's the thing. As we said earlier, the FBI was very, very proactive in bringing about Gabby Petito when she went missing. So I believe the new administrator, new director, coming into this new position as the director of the Chicago office in Chicago, we believe this is an opportunity to show himself to his word about being about the people and being about the community. So we're going to be reaching out to him to hold him to his word. We will be setting up meetings, and we'll also stage another press conference, Ivory, out there at the field office in Chicago. Amen.
Okay, hold on. No, wait, say something. Tell me. Spell your name, bro. Spell your name.
I'm Braden with the Cacto Kids. Braden, Braedon. I've been through a lot. I've had people die in my family, and of course, eventually we would get over it. But all these families are just sitting here with no closure, and they're just wondering where they are, and the cops aren't doing anything about it, and it's really scary to just imagine what could happen to me or my little brother or anyone in my family, and it's just scary thinking about what they might be going through or what they could be going through. What if they went outside one night and they just never came back? And that's just really unsettling, living in a world that is that messed up. And so I'm glad that they're holding these press conferences and they're trying to give as much help and they're fighting back as much as they can. Because if they don't fight back, then how are we going to get what we need? We want people out there searching for our child. Just imagine if it happened to you guys, if your child went missing, or your mom, or your sister, then you would be searching out there in the woods in the middle of the night, wherever, looking. And so we want to organize as many people as we can, and we want to get as much people as we can to help and help everyone that needs.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna do a prayer. Okay.
Come on, everybody.
Do a little prayer. Okay.
Everybody praying in.
Okay. Everybody get prayed in.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this gathering. Thank you for the families. We thank you for life and health and strength. But our hearts are heavy today, Father, on this day of Mother's Day. And these mothers are showing so much courage, so much determination, even while their loved one is not here to give them simple things like flowers or gifts or even a hug. Protect them, and wherever it may be, Father, show them the way to their loved one and what has happened to them. Touch the hearts of these law enforcement that they will feel a sense of empathy to do something for these families. They go through this every single year, Father, but we know that you did not make a mistake. Bless them, protect them, and strengthen them and guide them. For we forever give you glory and praise. Let your rule. Hallelujah. Amen.
Okay. So, if any more questions, then we're about to clip this press conference up. Any questions, anybody?
So someone's gonna give out some flowers.
Oh yeah. We're gonna. I can give out some right now. You know. Okay. Okay.
Give me two.
Okay, so they get good.
Sean. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, you too. Very good.
I got more flowers though, man. Right. Oh, so it's two y'all. I didn't get both y'all, but look.
Oh, look at yours, man.
I'm just saying, give me a yellow. Which one?
Let's give them one. Like it for one.
Damn. Because the other ones didn't show up, so. And then y'all got some, you got your, look at. Y'all want to see the gifts?
All right, open it up, man.
Right, I don't sleepy.
Y'all want to see the one?
You got balloons though, right?
Yeah. Hey. I got the balloons. Let me show the balloons to them. These are the balloons I got for them.
May next year be the year of the closure. All the children come back safe and sound. May the Almighty bless you to see that everything on this path. I know it's hard, I know it's difficult, but you can do this. We here with you. We here with you.
But let me let you to the bag. Look. Hold on.
Oh, man.
See what? You see the bag.
Okay,
Wait,
what's in there?
what's the other bag? I'm trying to see the other bag.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's this bag. This bag. Okay. So one go to Carrie and one go to. Yeah. Let's go to set time for that.
Okay.
That's what you want to get to.
Okay.
This one you should Oh,
They just twist.
just twisted. You got it. Okay, see, okay, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Mother Diva, happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Give her a hug, Sean. Give her a hug for her boy.
Happy Mother's Day. Okay, great.
Here come my daughter. Did y'all wrap it up? My daughter.
Where's she at?
Right there.
Oh, here come my
King
daughter. Hey,
Walker's
here come my daughter. That's her
King Walker's
2-year-old son.
mother.
She just came late. Y'all still want to get her?
King Walker's mother.
She just walking up, huh? I gave away her roses too.
Oh, I got it right here. I got it right here.
He got some though.
Oh, okay. I gave away her stuff.
They haven't wrapped up yet.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, and here come some sort of
Over here, man.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll give you.
Just say your name. Say your name. Say your name. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, they want you to start today, probably. Let's go out.
Ariana, Ariana, Walker, Walker. And I'm King's mom, and Diamond's sister. Well, yeah, I'm just my son. Very rich. And his birthday actually just passed on the 11th. And so, celebrated his birthday yesterday. We went out and just had dinner, like just the family. And it was his 10th birthday. And I started a company for him, KRW Code, just to keep his name alive and just continue to put good energy out there because I just want to see him again, me and my sister. And I'm just still keeping hope alive.
I'm glad you showed up, though. We was waiting for you. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, you have to split the sauce, which I got some more flies with your mama. You don't mind, do you? And I think I got you some Patron. You know how to turn up, right? I don't need to give you those instructions, right?
Could you hold the other two up with that one as well, like I did earlier? Sure. Just hold them up for like a couple minutes if that's okay, or like 40 seconds.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, what's his name? You want to talk? You ain't shy? But he can't. If you talk, he gotta take that. You gotta take that off because they gonna trip. Because they just got on me about my hat. I had to turn my whole head around. Okay, thank y'all for coming today. Yeah, we'll take a group picture. Hey, I got my phone out. Take some pictures. I had a camera. I didn't have a phone. My camera used to shoot.
Okay, you cool? Come on, Mother Diva. Selfie time. There you go. There you go.
No, I shoot a camera. He had a lot. He had a lot of shit. Did he have a lot? He got a lot of shit. He's gonna be on his page. Get the whole video. What's mine? Get it right. 5. Yeah. Oh, on the one side you can see it. Because you go channel 5 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
It's like pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you got for the ladies?
We got enough to pass around. Let me see what the chocolate.
Last one, like, literally doing that.
Take some
Yeah,
pictures.
big time now. Not to put, not to put the pressure on you. I agree.
Catch your camera. Check the picture on my home.
It might be in my system.
I got it. That's what I got right there.
Once you get on there, just keep pressing away, man. Okay, let's get on there. You know how to put it on. Thanks for coming, WBM. Thank you for coming. Thank you. You always come through for me.
Yeah.
I said, could you move my camera a little bit this way? Yeah. Move the camera a little bit so you can see all.